Welcome back to the Skyway. If you're just joining us, we're halfway through the quarterfinals. 4 drivers have already advanced on to the semi-finals, and only 4 slots remain. The top 2 drivers from today's group will join them, and we'll have to say farewell to the others. There's a hush in the garage today, a focus. The end is in sight. The safety checks are done, the drivers hug their loved ones and take their positions up at the start gate. This is Group 3 of the quarterfinals for the 2022 Skyway Grand Prix. We welcome back to the Skyway Lyndon Bird, driving in nick of time, a Porsche 911 Turbo weighing 36.6 grams. Welcome back Imani Cruise, driving in the heavy, a Nissan Silvia S14 weighing 51.2 grams. Juniper Jolt, welcome back, driving in Bloodbath, a Corvette C7R weighing 30 grams even. And Oliver Drift, driving in Bright Eyes, it's a Lotus Europa Matchbox weighing 27.1 grams. There they are, Group 3, representing different generations of speed. Lyndon Bird starts in pole position, Juniper Jolt by her side, Imani Cruise and Oliver Drift in the rear. And they're off. Lyndon Bird accelerates out of the 90-degree turn, keeping the lead, headed down the drop. Jolt catches up, right his tail, Bird up on the wall, throws a block, cuts in front of Jolt, rages across the finish. Lyndon Bird takes race 1, followed by Jolt, Cruise and Drift in that order. Let's watch again as Juniper Jolt rides close, breathing down the neck of Lyndon Bird. Now coming out of turn 2, Bird folds under the pressure, cuts the wheel, popping him up on the wall. Now he makes it back down, but he's left his inside vulnerable and Jolt lurches to pass on the inside. Bird coming out of turn 3 accelerates just enough to hook in front of Jolt, clawing in front and staying there across the finish. All throughout qualifying round 11, Lyndon Bird would sharply cut down the banking wall mid-turn as an ironclad defense maneuver against mid-turn passes. And we see a crystal example of this coming out of turn 4. Bird slices down to the low inside, preventing Jolt from having any chance of breaking through before the finish. I think it's safe to say we've seen our rivalry for Group 3. Lyndon Bird sits high in first position, successfully holding off Juniper Jolt, riding close in second. Imani Cruise finishing in third, earning her 2 points, and just 1 point for Oliver Drift finishing last. He started this round in the outside rear. Hopefully as he moves around the starting positions, we'll start to see him out in front a bit more. Jolt now in the rear, Lyndon Bird with another chance to take the lead. Imani Cruise whips out of the 90-degree turn. Here comes Bird, passing down the drop. Jolt flies down the inside. Jolt rides close. Bird shaky out of turn 3. Bird flips on his hood. Jolt cuts the wheel, passing on the outside. Oh God, here comes Imani. Oh no! Lyndon Bird manages to finish in second with the saving crash of Imani Cruise. Wow! Here we go again, Bird and Jolt with a glorious pass going into open lane track. And once again, Juniper Jolt rides close, applying pressure, waiting for the vulnerable moment to strike. Now as Bird exits turn 3, out of control at the wheel, he hits the inside of the wall, both sides. Never fully recovering, he enters turn 4, and on 2 wheels, the momentum pulls him back on his hood, sliding him through turn 4. Now watch as Juniper Jolt doesn't miss a beat. She's been patiently waiting for this moment, and she takes it, no hesitation, and not one scratch of paint was swapped in the passing. And by the grace of Imani Cruise, Lyndon Bird still manages to finish in second. I bet he's thanking his lucky stars right now. Lyndon Bird now tied with Juniper Jolt in the top position, taking turns, finishing in first place. Imani Cruise steady in third position, and Oliver Drift with just 2 points. Drift now starting in pole position. I sure hope he can take full advantage of this opportunity. He needs to post some serious points, and soon, if he wants to stay in this competition. Bird and Jolt now in the rear. Hopefully this gives Drift and Cruise a chance to make some headway. Oliver Drift leaps forward, taking advantage of pole position. Drift blocks out of turn 2. Jolt blocks Cruise. Oliver Drift's lead grows. He's smooth out of turn 3. There's no one else. A clean straightaway. Oliver Drift takes race 3. Oliver Drift really does glide out of the track. He's been tucked behind some real weight and power in the back row, but now in pole position he wastes no time and is completely capable to perform effortless defense while taking buttery turns. Well, let's see where the leaderboard stands now. Juniper Jolt in first position, but by only 1 point. Bird in second position with 10 points. After that first place finish, Oliver Drift becomes relevant enough to have one very slim chance at advancing on. But with Jolt now in pole position, everyone else will need a miracle. And they're off. Juniper Jolt like lightning down the first straightaway into open lane track. There's no one in her way. She's absolutely flying. There's literally no one else. Perfect exit out of turn 4. Juniper Jolt takes race 4, followed by Drift, Bird and Cruise. This was a bloodbath indeed. If you're wondering what Juniper Jolt is best known for, it's leaving her opponents in her rearview mirror. Qualifying round 14, the writing was on the wall. Give Juniper Jolt an inch and she will win every time. This is the kind of control and power we see in Yoshi Satori, what we saw in Ocean Sparks and Juan Carlos Muerte. Jolt flies down the skyway and has flown her way right into the semi-finals alongside Lyndon Bird. This really was a two-hander today. Oliver Drift had a nice run and I would have loved to have seen more of Imani Cruise. Her defensive manoeuvres in the qualifying rounds were absolutely fascinating. Thank you for all the racing. Relief is in the air. 2 drivers ride victorious tonight. May they rest well. The semi-finals are right around the corner. We set our sights now to the final round of the quarterfinals. Group 4, the return of Ocean Sparks, Jacqueline Strange, Cooper Quick and Juan Carlos Muerte. Who of them will join the others in the semi-finals? Until next time, drive safely and always take the high road.